Politics proof your pelvic floor. Hi, welcome to our Ed Talks, little snippets of education to help you heal and feel empowered. I'm Justine Calderwood, pelvic floor physical therapist and certified birth healing practitioner. Are you super stressed out about this election that's coming up and you're getting caught up in the news and you're just like, he said, she said, what to believe, he's lying, she's lying, all of that stuff. How is that feeling in your body? I don't know about you, but it's getting me stressed out and overwhelmed. And I get caught up in all of this stuff that I'm seeing on the news and on social media and all of that stuff. Now, if you already suffer from some body pain, chronic pain, or maybe bowel or bladder issues related to your pelvic floor, maybe you're noticing that your symptoms are even worse now. It's possible. So today I want to give you some tips to try to politics proof your pelvic floor so that you can feel better and just overall have this more of a calmness to you. So let's get started. First tip is get rid of your social media, or at least limit your time. Social media, how much time you're on the internet, even watching the news. And because especially if you're feeling like all of this negativity is really taking a toll on your health, set some boundaries and set either time limits or even just like, especially if you've already made up your mind, just like get rid of it for a little while and distance yourself from it. My next tip is just check in with your body. Check in with your breath in particular. Sometimes when we're stressed out, we start breathing with, our chest. We start the shallow breathing. We start to lose our awareness and our connection in with our body because all of our thoughts are up in here. All of our energy is up in here. And we have those like fast racing thoughts or maybe just feeling anxious and overwhelmed. So my tip here is as you're trying to reconnect in with your body, it's as simple as just trying to feel down into your feet. Can you feel your feet on the floor? Okay. Another great thing is to check in on how you are breathing. And instead of breathing with that shallow chest breathing, bring your breath down to where your lungs are first, down into your diaphragm and your rib cage. So this could be as simple as taking your hands and finding your ribs and taking some nice good inhales through your nose, like you're trying to breathe in or smell something really yummy, like some fresh warm bread. And drawing that breath down into the rib cage and allowing this to open up with the inhale and then come back down, fall back together with the exhale. So using your hands can help you to connect in with that space of your body and kind of exhale out through your mouth. And also just help your brain to feel a little calmer. So even checking in multiple times during the day to make sure that you're breathing in that way can be a really big game changer for you. Another thing that you can try is EFT tapping, emotional freedom technique. I've done a complete video, instructional video on this in another separate video, which I will link in the description for this video. But it's a really great way to use acupressure points and to shift energy and shift your mood and big thoughts really quickly. Since we're doing some tips to help with the pelvic floor area, what I want you to do is try a little breathing into your pelvic floor area. So we already talked about breathing into your diaphragm. My next tip is to see if you can bring that breath all the way down into your pelvic area. Because a lot of times when we're feeling overwhelmed and anxious and our thoughts are just going, again, we lose that connection in with our body. So feeling into that area, it may be really helpful for you to sit and do this, but you can imagine, visualize that breath coming down past your rib cage and into that pelvic floor area. While you're bringing some attention into that area, see if you're clenching your buttocks or you're clenching your lower abdomen or your inner thighs together. And if you are, just remind yourself that you are safe, that it's okay to let go and unclench those muscles. This can be really helpful to do when you're sitting because you'll have that surface of your chair underneath you and it will allow you to connect in a little bit better with your body. Another tip is get your body moving. Go out for a walk, exercise, or even just doing something like some jiggling, moving your body, maybe dancing. That really helps to relieve some endorphins in your body, but also it just gets that energy moving, okay? Brings our awareness again back to our body. I like doing sometimes just this vibration plate. It just gets this jiggling and moves things through. Maybe you have a little rebounder, a little trampoline at home that you can spend 5 minutes on. So get your body moving. Along that same lines is do some stretches. Again, move your body, but I'm going to talk to you about a couple specific stretches that you can do for your pelvic floor. One is a butterfly stretch like this. So if you have this mobility available to you, you can get down on the floor or you can sit on your bed, and you can bring the soles of your feet together and let your legs open up. This is a really good way to practice some of that breathing down into your pelvic floor or breathing into your diaphragm. And you can do two things at once. But this is a great way to allow a little bit of opening up into the pelvic floor area, into the inner thighs. This can also be done on your back, or even I have a separate video that I've done in the past up against a wall. You can look for that video link below as well, where you can go legs up the wall, and you can do a version of this where you go like a butterfly stretch with your feet on the wall or even legs open. Again, just getting into the hips where we can sometimes tend to hold some tension, clenching our muscles, or even holding some just anxiety and overwhelm into those hip muscles, okay? So give that a try. Another thing you can try is my pelvic bowl meditation. So if we think of the pelvis as being a basin or a bowl, the pelvic bowl meditation, I will have a link again in this video. You can listen to the audio on my website, or I made a separate video of the meditation. It's just a way to connect in again with your body and see what your body is telling you. It's a great way to shift some of the energy as well. My last tip is just, keep in perspective what you have control over and what you don't. So really, if you're of voting age, really the only thing that you have control over is who you are going to go to the polls and vote for. You really don't have control over your friends and your family. So getting into arguments and trying to prove points and all of that, it can be a lot of stress and a lot of anxiety. So just keep that in mind. Let go of the things that you don't have control over. And, depending on your belief system, maybe that's giving over some of that kind of surrendering to maybe a religious figure or the universe or whatever brings you peace. So yeah, just let some of that stuff go. And I just want to finish this video by saying, if you are really struggling, maybe you've tried these tips, if you just want some individual customized help, please reach out to us here at the Healing Spot. Our team would love to take care of you and answer any questions that you have. Head to our website, healingspotpt.com. Pick whatever option is the best for you, but let us give you some assistance, whether that be with our one-on-one sessions with one of our therapists, or you might even be interested in our online exercise classes where we can help get you moving.